Football here, weekend wrap, quarterback edition. Hey, Ryan Clark, one of the things that happened this weekend was that Tua got paid. Is Miami a Super Bowl contender now that the quarterback has got his money?
No, they're not a Super Bowl contender. I don't know how making Tua Tagovailoa rich makes them better than they were last year. He earned this contract, but we also saw who he was against Kansas City in the playoffs. They lost that game because they couldn't generate passing yards because Tua Tagovailoa was too cold. So unless the Super Bowl and the playoffs are going to be in South Beach, this team can't win it all to me.
Lord, I hope they are.
Kevin Clark, another quarterback I paid, Jordan Love. He got his money. Is he going to be a top 5 quarterback this year?
Absolutely, and the people who cry small sample size about Jordan Love don't understand that he was the best quarterback in football for the last 10 weeks of the year. He understands protection. His football intellect is so high. He is a special quarterback. This is a chance to be a special team. They're my NFC favorite.
We've got a lot more to say about him as we go, but Swagu, how about your guys with the star? Because Dak still not among those quarterbacks who got paid the big money. Is this adding up to his last year?
Ooh, my heart says yes, G, but my head says no when it comes to Dak being back with the Dallas Cowboys. I think this is now becoming about business with Dak. And it's only so many shots and so many subliminals that Jerry Jones can take, I think, before Dak realizes that he's always in a position of waiting on Jerry and Stephen Jones to determine if he's good enough to be the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, we had one of those yesterday.
Yeah, so, I'm sure we did.
Jerry Jones
sure we did.
On the field. So, of course, what happens is this. This is the order, right? So Tua gets his money, then Jordan Love gets his money. Then the reporters get a hold of Jerry Jones, and they say, hey, Jordan Love just got paid all this money. Is Dak better than Jordan Love? And here's how Jerry answered.
Dak is a better quarterback than Jordan Love?
Well, Dak for us is I get in trouble every time I make comparisons. Okay, I do get in trouble. And of course, we saw a head-to-head match with Green Bay last year. We've all got that burr in our saddle. I'm anxious for Dak to get a chance to show he's the best with the Cowboy star on it.
And you think he can do that without a new deal?
Oh yes,
What
yes,
that kind of
yes. But don't. That might imply that we're not going to do a new deal, and that's just not the case. Those things change. It can happen.
Okay, so you want to talk about a picture being worth 1,000 words. We've not heard from Domonique yet, so I'll give you the first crack at this, Neek. Why are you making that face?
If owner of the Cowboys was an elected position, they will be calling for a replacement immediately. Jerry Jones feels like he is just talking in word circles that don't make any sense, and it's a question that you normally don't hear GMs and owners be asked, so it's like weird to try to evaluate it because I don't know what the right answer to that question is because no GM or team owner would ever be asked that question and would respond to it talking about birds and saddles and whatever. Just pay that man his money and be quiet. That's it.
RC, why were you making that face?
Because I really love Jerry Jones. Like, you guys don't understand. Jerry Jones is one of my favorite people in all of football because he will answer that question. And he'll answer that question in a way where he actually doesn't answer the question, but it causes more confusion, so we talk about them more. That is the beauty of Jerry Jones. He really ain't saying nothing. Right? He never said that he was better than Jordan Love or the other way around. He basically said, hey, look, we're going to see, or we hope to see, that Dak gets another opportunity to show that he's better than Jordan Love while wearing a Cowboys helmet. Now, this is the first time I feel like in the entire offseason where he at least intimated that a deal could be imminent. Do I believe it gets done before the season? Absolutely not. But he did say things change. I do wonder when he says things change, what he's talking about specifically, because this hasn't seemed like something on Dak's side or Dallas's side that they thought was even close to happening.
Swag?
Okay. Let's do a little history.
History lesson.
The reason the Dallas Cowboys are in this situation with Dak Prescott is why, Green? Because we sat here for 2 years talking about when are they going to pay Dak Prescott. See, he wouldn't have to worry about $55 million or 53. He probably would have been in the position, Jerry and Stephen Jones, to pay Dak before all this money started getting thrown in the Hudson. Okay, now every quarterback, you don't even have to win a playoff game to get $55 million no more. So for him to start talking about a contract, he's starting at $55 million. At least that's where Dak and his agent is starting at, right? So we get all of this talk from Jerry around it. Man, just say yes. The dude being your quarterback for the last 9 years. Just say yes. I think he's better than Jordan Love, right? Jordan Love came to Dallas. We know the type of game that he had. But as the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, with a quarterback that you've had for 9 years that was in the MVP conversation last year during the regular season, you don't answer that question just yes? See, Dallas is trying to operate. Himbo sent me some numbers, but Dallas trying to operate in a poor man's league. They still think it's a poor man's league. It ain't a poor man league anymore. Gee, I was not able to articulate it this way for a number of years. Remember, I got on this show, I said on Monday Night Countdown with me and RC, I said Dallas ain't trying to win no damn Super Bowl. But I started talking about all of the players that other teams were signing. Why is Dallas the only team that seems to never find the money? Why can't they ever figure out a way to construct a salary cap where they can sign all of these guys that we see fly off the shelf in free agency every year? These dudes are crazy.
Price of a superstar going down. It's never happened. And yet every single time they say, maybe this time, they lose every stare down with every player over the past at least decade, going back to Ezekiel Elliott, who went to Cabo and got his money. Zach Barton got an $8 million raise a couple of years ago. And now they're going to lose all of these stare downs. I was talking to a high-level person in football with another team over the weekend, and we were just throwing out different Dak destinations if he gets to free agency. By the way, he'd have the most leverage in NFL history if he got there. He's only 6 months away, where he might end up going. Now, the options are probably going to be teams that are desperate, okay? Maybe that's a Las Vegas, a Tennessee, maybe a situation where Bryce Young doesn't play very well. David Tepper pays a lot of money to get him in Carolina. And the person said to me, well, Dak should want to win a Super Bowl, so he might take a little bit of a discount and stay with Dallas. Why? Because 27 teams have made the conference championship game since the Dallas Cowboys have. There's a proof of concept here that they draft like a championship team. They acquire talent that way like a championship Super Bowl team, and they do everything else like a team that doesn't want to win the Super Bowl. That's the Dallas Cowboys. So if you're going to make a leap of faith, go ahead, Dak Prescott.
Yeah, you just made a statement, though. Drafting and developing talent does not win you the Super Bowl anymore. It just doesn't. Over the last, since I've been in television, over the last 11 years, me and you was talking about that, G, it don't win you a Super Bowl anymore. You got to go add people that's proven to play at a high level.
RC, go.
I mean, I know we're talking about a lot of things, but let's just get back to the question. Is Dak better than Jordan Love? Did you ever think that Jerry didn't answer it because he don't think that Dak's better than Jordan Love? Did you ever think that he gave you the simple example of why he don't think Dak is better than Jordan Love? Because right before his own eyes, the new highest paid quarterback in all of football absolutely tore the frame out of AT&T Stadium. And while he was tearing the frame out of AT&T Stadium, Dak was throwing touchdowns to the other team. So maybe when Jerry was asked this surprise question, he finally just told the truth without telling the truth. He said, you know what? I get in trouble when I make comparisons. So if I tell the entire world that right now, in my mind, I'd rather have Jordan Love as my quarterback than Dak Prescott, I'm going to get in trouble because I always get in trouble when I make comparisons. No, you don't. You get in trouble when you say things about your team that makes us think that you don't think the players on your team is better than the players on other team. Or he could just be a genius and say, if I say he's better than Jordan Love, I got to pay him a lot of money. Jerry is a freaking genius. Y'all get mad at Jerry for doing the things that Jerry do. He's trying to get a high-paid quarterback for a lower price.
RC, he ain't a genius.
How much is team worth?
Lie like he lied all the time.
How much is team worth, Marcus?
Just lie. Just lie. Dak
you got to pick your lies.
He do it all the time. Just lie and say, yeah, Dak better. If you think that. Even if you don't think that, just lie. Like, Jerry thinks that he's negotiating Dak Prescott contract by not answering that question.
Yeah.
Dak is going to get $55 or plus million from somebody.
Yeah.
So, Jerry, it literally doesn't matter if Dak Prescott says, hey, man, don't worry about it. I'm going to just play this year. I'm going to get my salary and I'm going to move on and I'm going to get the Las Vegas Raiders to pay me $57 million a year.
Nick, go.
Yeah, I want to be careful too. I don't want to get in trouble, but there's reason to believe that Jerry Jones is not always honest. So why, in this situation, is the time he want to be honest? Go ahead and lie. That's the point. Like, you can look around, you can crack open a newspaper
you gotta pick your
and
lies.
find some reason to believe that maybe he not truthful all the time. So it's okay to lie when it's to your advantage. It's okay to lie when you're in a situation where lying is necessary. And whether you think so or not, this is one of them damn situations. My guy is the best quarterback ever seen in life. Will you sign this piece of paper, please, that allows us to have a chance to win a championship? It's pretty simple.
And I think of all of this, Kevin, you made the right point, which is it's not about who's the best.
Right.
Like the system doesn't work that the best guy gets paid. If that was the case, then Patrick Mahomes would just get a raise every single year. I like the point you made. They continue to sit around hoping that the price of the great players goes down rather than up, which is clearly never going to happen.
And more than anything, it's an irrelevant question because Jordan Love's not available. The quarterback market in the NFL is grim. There's a reason Dak Prescott would be the best true free agent in the history of the position, depending on how you view Peyton Manning after he was cut in 2012. Obviously, different situation. Having said that, I just think that you just look at what's going to happen next year. I mean, Trey Lance is throwing practice interceptions. We see that right now. You're going to be in the Drew Lock, that kind of Ryan Tannehill, that kind of sweepstakes. So that's what's out there. It's not Jordan Love.
Himbo sent me this. The average NFL team spent 112 in free agency. Dallas spent 17 million.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's not the way they do business. And they win a lot of regular season games doing it this way. And then it all seems to come to an end there.